You join me now standing outside the Truman Brewery in Brick Lane, East London, where for the next 2 days the Portuguese artist Vils will be hosting Festival Iminente. Now in its second edition, this year's theme, well, it could only really be one thing: Brexit. With artists like Connor Harrington, Sick Boy, Majmenos, Adfeel, Vils all on the roster, I have absolutely no idea what to expect, but I know the standard is going to be high, and probably a lot higher than my pronunciation of anything Portuguese. My name's Doug, this is Fwtv. Okay, so I'm standing just now with the head honcho of this entire project, Vils. Firstly, thank you for taking some time to talk with me, and thank you for coming to London. Why London?
I have a really strong relationship with the city, as I lived here for 7 years. I wanted to, bring artists that inspire me a lot, both in London and Lisbon, together, and to do a project that is very unique now. I think in a time where there's a lot of divisions and a lot of discussion about Europe and all over the world, I think it was important for us to get together all these artists, all these musicians, and show that, as artists play with a visual image. Usually it's a kind of a universal language, and it shows that when we all work together with a common objective, we can achieve great things like the festival that we did.
Look, the whole thing's around Brexit, and it's still a very sensitive subject around here. What are your sort of feelings towards it?
If they drag it out for the next 20 years, the old racists that voted for Brexit will die, and we can stay in the European Union. I've known Vils since he was a kid, and I bump into him around the world and massively respect him as an artist. I think he's one of the geniuses, and he was like, yeah, we're doing this thing. I was like, yeah.
Did it surprise you in any way that you found out that this was happening here?
London is one of the most important cities in the world for street art, and there's no street art festivals here. Is there?
Why do you think that is?
Because we're lazy bastards and don't care. I don't know.
It's the British way, isn't it? We let the Europeans do it. Let the Europeans come in, organise our festivals, and then we'll kick them out forever.
This is what I usually do when I travel. I try to adapt my work as best as I can to the place, city, or country where I'm painting. All of this painting is based on 13th century medieval tiles. All the drawings and all the elements that compose the patterns themselves, they are mostly related to superstitious concepts. So it's all based in mystical creatures, dragons or druids. So I really like all these fantasy concept themes and ideas. So I really love doing, adding fuel, adding my own personal style to this. That's a signature move.
The last thing that happened in London was when Banksy did the fucking thing in the tunnels. And nothing's happened since then.
That is
really?
literally the last thing that happened here. That was
and it's who's going to organise it? Are you going to organise a street art festival in London? It's I'm not going to do it.
Mate, I don't know. If any investors are watching this just now, me and Ben we're gonna team up, and it's gonna be sick.
We're looking at banks, estate agents, realtors.
Primarily banks, if that's okay. Do you think Brexit was a good idea?
Worst idea. Yeah, the worst idea and the most stupid thing that the leader of our country has ever done. Letting the British public decide the future of our country. What an idiot.
Well, we'll leave you with that, ladies and gentlemen. Brexit. What the f*** are you thinking, Britain?